Welcome to this week's edition of SKNS Week in Review. In this program, we focus on the top stories of the past week. I am your presenter, Rahim Bey. Highlights for the week of September 3rd to September 9th include Porzante to become a bubble, second cruise pier at Porzante complete and ready to be operationalized. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis, in its continued efforts to protect the citizens and residents of the Federation from COVID-19 virus, will not permit cruise visitors to integrate into the local community by creating a safe bubble at Porzante. Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, said this during a tourism press conference on Monday, September 6th.
Visitors arriving to our shores on cruise vessels will explore the destination via travel-approved, fully vaccinated tours. As the celebrity equinox arrives at Porzante, Porzante itself will become a bubble. We are at this time working assiduously with the COVID-19 task force, the UDC, tour operators and retail operators at Porzante to finalize the logistics of this bubble.
Minister Grant said that for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, this is a giant step as the team unity government needs everyone within the Federation to make this call of the celebrity equinox and all future calls of the tourism sector to slowly rebuild it. Still on press conference, Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, said that the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis has been able to make significant strides in the reopening of the cruise tourism sector with the introduction of approved antigen tests.
This approval has allowed us to be more competitive as a cruise destination as we continue on our phased approach to rebuilding the cruise sector. Regionally and internationally and globally, we have recently seen many changes in the regional and global industries. We are now facing the highly transmissible Delta variant that continues to propel surges across the globe.
Minister Grant said that as the Northern Hemisphere enters another winter season, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis must expand the current cruise arrivals to supplement the air arrivals, while the Federation continues to see easing in restrictions. His Excellency Pier Iswanto, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia to St. Kitts and Nevis, said that promoting people-to-people interaction is important as it aims to foster harmonious relations between people and advance relationships between countries during an interview on September 7.
Our task here with Feren, our honorary consul, is to promote, to encourage people to get interact with each other in order that we know each other better. And this morning also I proposed an idea that it is timely to interact more closely between the West and East to promote our relations.
His Excellency Ambassador Iswanto used the visa waiver agreement between both countries and as an example, noting that this incentive serves as a key approach to people-to-people interaction. The St. Kitts Electricity Company, SCELEC, in its continuous efforts to uplift and be in service to the people of the Federation, has given aid to the elderly and primary school children. In the handing over ceremony from SCELEC to the Ministry of Social Development on September 3rd at the St. Peter's Community Centre, Minister of Social Development, Eugene Hamilton, said,
"Today I want to register my elation and also excitement to be part of such a timely and significant event. I'm therefore elated to be part of a progressive yet compassionate administration that has committedly invested in the welfare of people's lives through effective policies and social protection programs geared towards poverty alleviation. Accordingly, the Ministry of Social Development has been working unremittingly towards forging strategic partnerships to better respond to the needs of our vulnerable populations, respond to the needs of our families and of our communities.
Items donated were full-size beds, twin mattresses, shelves, wheelchairs, and 5-gallon paint. Exterior doors will be handed over to recipients in Keon, Newtown, Lagreet, All Road, Tabernacle, Gateway, and McKnight. On Wednesday, September 8, 2021, most schools across St. Kitts reopened their doors to students for the 2021-2022 school year. Minister of Education, the Honorable John L. Powell, visited Keon High School to encourage students and teachers to strive for academic success while ensuring full support of the Ministry of Education.
Guys, this year is going to be a roller coaster school year. I'm pretty sure all of you know what's facing us in terms of COVID, and that is why you are standing here wearing masks on your face and having to go through all these protocols when you enter the school. But I think if you really listen to the theme, we can push through this together. Not just COVID, but even in terms of school, this school year, you're gonna face challenges. I don't think it's so much about overcoming challenges, but to deal with challenges and to move forward, to push through together.
The minister also told students that once they put in the work given, the resources provided, success is almost a guarantee in their academics. As the Federation prepares to fully reopen its borders in October 2021, the St. Christopher Pier and Seaports Authority, SCASPA, has put several measures in place to ensure the smooth and safe reopening in a COVID-19 environment. Joseph Wilson, Seaport Manager at SCASPA, appeared on a September 8 edition of Working For You, where he outlined several measures that SCASPA continues to implement at the seaport to ensure the safety of everyone.
Things that we are doing or have done is the continuous training of our staff, because it's okay to have our facilities and everything up to par, but without the human element and their understanding of how to tackle any issues when they arise. We are currently building a sanitization center or area for our pilots and our pilot boat crew. So when they exit or leave the vessel, be sanitized. We have implemented certain protocols that were established by the Ministry of Health, having our custodial staff do necessary cleaning to ensure that our facilities are in necessary order, to ensure that if anything happens, we are basically complying with what we have to do.
Still on Working For You, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the St. Christopher Pier and Seaports Authority, SCASPA, Tufida Stewart, said that a second cruise pier at Porzante is completed and will be operationalized when the need arises.
Pier 2 is ready and it's available for vessels to berth for the upcoming season and even as early as next month. We did ask the contractor to dredge down to 37 feet. In some areas they did 36 feet. While the Oasis class can berth safely at that level, SCASPA has to look out for its interests and potential liabilities. And should we have a drop in the ocean's level, it means, in our view, we do not have enough clearance. So the dredge that we're going to commission to do remedial dredge work at the commercial dock at Pier 1, we're going to use it as well to just do some remedial work on Pier 2. And when that is done, we would have on every pier the capability of berthing an Oasis class vessel.
Ms. Stewart said that the plans to execute remedial dredge work will be commissioned at the commercial port at Bird Rock and Pier 1 at the Porzante to accommodate for Oasis class vessels. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Cooperatives and Environment, Sharon Ratton, congratulated the oldest Fishermans Cooperative on the new executive board during the press conference held at the Department of Fisheries on Wednesday, September 8. Giving remarks at the press conference were Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Cooperatives and Environment, Sharon Ratton, a representative of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, Maritza Creeley, and Area Parliamentary Representative, the Honorable Dr. Geoffrey Hanley.
It is the oldest fisher corp in the Federation, or one of the oldest. And everything has its ebbs and flows. However, by the time I came to this ministry last year, this cooperative was in a pickle. It was dormant for some time. And we were very happy at the ministry and through the department to help you to come on your feet again. We are very happy to have given that moral support, that financial support, and that encouragement, so that you're here today to stand proudly. And I want to thank you for recommitting. I want to thank you for that. And I want to also ask you to rebrand.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis, through the Ministry of Health, has worked tirelessly to ensure that citizens and residents are educated and updated about the developments related to ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. In response to a question posed to him during the September 8, 2021, New York press briefing, Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph N. France Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, explained that the scope and magnitude of testing being done are partly responsible for any presumed delay in information.
Concerns have been raised regarding the supposed tardiness of the dashboard. We have two dashboards, one that displays the vaccination status and the other for the positive cases, deaths, etc. Now, as it relates to the vaccination dashboard, as we have moved forward over the last 18 months, and when we started our vaccination program on the 22nd of February, I think it is, the vaccination program has expanded, and we have to collect information from 11 health centers across St. Kitts and 6 in Nevis. The results are, the information is tabulated at the Newtown Health Center and it's sent to the CMO's office for verification before it goes off on the dashboards. When the health centers close at 5, there is a lot more work involved in getting the information together.
Dr. Wilkinson further stated that even as the NEOC COVID-19 press briefing was ongoing, new data regarding vaccination and active cases were being received. He indicated that any delay in the release of the daily case count dashboard will be mainly due to the large number of tests that are being done on a daily basis in an effort to ensure that every possible case is covered across the Federation. And this concludes this week's edition of SKNS Week in Review. See you next week.